Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Raha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and ruled well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. All right. I'm Mario Zabak out of the GMS Dallas camp. And really don't have a title for a lesson, but I do want to get into this, the word oracles, okay? It's used, a little bit, but it has a strong meaning behind it, okay? And it's only, for the Israelites, And, one of the issues today that Israel have, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is that, 2/3 of our people, just can't get the truth, all right? And don't have no understanding, although they were blinded, okay? Some camps, they believe that, when you speak on the Israelites, they, supposed to look like Wesley Snipes, they all dark. They don't accept the Northern Kingdom or the so-called Native Americans, or the so-called Latinos, all right? But, you have to understand through the spirit, under the curses, we were scattered amongst all the nations throughout the four corners of the earth, okay? So we're going to look like, the other nations as far as features, okay? So if if we scattered in Russia, you're going to probably look more like Russians. You scattered in Africa, which is the land of Ham, you're going to look like the Hamites, the Africans, okay? Likewise in Asia, you got different parts of Asia, just like Russia. You got China, okay? You have these different nations, heathens, okay? You have the Ammonites, which are the Japanese, again, Chinese are the Moabites, Edomites, okay? These indigenous people. You have all of these different people, okay, that Israelites can look like, okay? And, depending on where you are in your respected area that you were scattered, most likely you're going to take upon, that culture, okay? So, let's go ahead and just, get into it. One of the first scriptures I want to bring out, let's get Isaiah 8:20, because, when someone come up to the camps, when the prophets are out there, we show them the 12 tribe chart sign, they look at it, but at the same time, it can be a little bit confusing because it's through the spirit, okay? And matter of fact, before we get that, let's go ahead and read John 6:63, okay? And it reads, "It is the spirit that quickeneth the flesh, profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life," okay? So that's why, again, we're going to get into that word oracles, all right? But before we do that, let's go ahead and grab Isaiah 8:20, all right? And, unbelievers, thinking that this is why people think that, God love everybody. When they say that, they thinking that just everybody's going to be saved. No. But what is true is that the Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, amongst all nations. So they're going to come looking like all nations, all right? And when this word is spoken, it has to be spoken according to Isaiah 8:20. And it reads, "To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Okay? And one of the key words in here, you know, two words that's in here, well, actually three. But the main two we're going to focus on is the light and the law. Okay? Because, you know, you can't have one without the other. All right? And even, you know, Yahushua spoke on that. Let's get that. Okay? Let's get Matthew. All right, I'm already there. Matthew 5:14. And it reads, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Okay? Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick it giveth light unto all that are in that house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. What do that mean? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let's grab Proverbs 6:23. All right, so let's get that Proverbs 6. Okay, 6:23, and it reads, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. Those are those two words. And reproofs for instruction are the way of life. Read it again. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. All right. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. And again, we go back to Matthew. What's that? Matthew 5:14. And Yahushua himself tells you that he is the light. Let me get that real quick. Where he say, I am the light. All right. And this is why, you know, that's in Matthew. We got to get that. That's in Matthew, what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's get it real quick. All right. Where is that at? Okay, this is John 8:12, and it reads, okay, then spake Yahushua again unto them, okay, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Okay, so again, we're going to read that again in Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Okay, and Yahushua is the word. All right, so for all you camps out there, okay, you know, all about the law, you know, Yahushua said himself, I am the light. Okay, and the scripture already said the law is the light. All right, because he was perfect. Okay, you know, he defeated death through his death, burial, and resurrection. And this is why we're able to obtain salvation, man. And this is what, you know, us waking up is about. Okay, entering into those chambers. You see? All right. So now, like I say, let's focus on that word, oracles. Okay. Let's get that. First, let's go back to Isaiah 8:20 again. This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. So when somebody come to the camp, all right, and they speaking without opening up the scriptures, you know, the word, this is the precept you take them to the law and to the testimony. Okay, and we know according to Revelation, you know, 19:10, You know, the testimony, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and grab it. I don't want to butcher it up. This is the spirit we should be in, okay? And it reads, Revelation 19:10, and I fell at his feet to worship him. We know that's Yahushua. And he said unto me, see thou, do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship thy power, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? You see? All right. I just want to make sure I was correct on that. Okay. And this is the spirit we should be in. Okay. And the spirit of prophecy, that testimony is of Yahushua, man. Okay. So, you know, this is why we bring this out at camp, you know, because people like to tell you how they feel and what they think, what they believe. They pastor, you know, God love everybody. And, you know, the usual stuff that Christians say that they believe in. And this is why when you bring these scriptures out, you know, it cuts the crap out of these Christians, man, or any other heathen, okay, that come up there and have something to say. All right. So after Isaiah 8:20, let's go ahead and grab 1 Peter 4:11. Okay. We're going to get that. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 11. And it reads, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of thy power. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which thy power giveth, that thy power in all things may be glorified through who? Yahushua HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Okay? So when you coming up, you know, talking about if you speaking out according to this word, which are these scriptures, you know, the 100% truth, you got to have the correct names. You can't just make up some replacement theology. Okay. When you hear neither Jew nor Greek, it's talking about the Israelite foreigners, and you can't prove it, but you just gonna know. You got to come out the scriptures, man. Okay. You got to use the oracle, speak as the oracles of thy power. So let's go into that word oracles. And it was the whole point. When you go into that word oracles, all right. Let's this is Strong's G 3051 in the Greek.
Strong's G 3051. Logion.
Okay. Logion. All right. And a brief utterance or a divine oracle, doubtless because oracles were generally brief. It's not that one. The words or utterances of thy power, of the contents of the Mosaic law. Okay. And that's what it is, these scriptures. And that word is, again, law. Okay. So this is why, you know, this was only given to the Israelites, okay? These scriptures. And we're going to go to some more precepts that bring that out. So now let's get Acts, the 7th chapter, and verse 38, okay? This is Acts chapter 7 and verse 38, and it reads, this is he that was in the church, okay? And everybody always talking about, oh, my church is these Christian whorehouses. But the church is not made with hands. It's not a building, and we're going to read it. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness. Who was in the wilderness? The Israelites, okay? With the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai. And we know that was Moses, okay? And with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto him. Those oracles was the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Okay, these scriptures, you see. And then let's go on down and let you know that church is talking about the Israelites. Because, you know, you go into these Christian whorehouses, these buildings, and that's not what's going on with the scriptures, okay? And it reads, Acts 7:48, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, okay? As said the prophet, okay? So we know that the Most High ain't dealing with these Christians, man, okay? He dealing with the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that are quickened, the elect, all right? That's who he dealing with, all right? So let's get another precept. Let's get Amos to let you know that he ain't dealing with no other people, man. He only dealing with the Israelites, and they the only ones who got the oracles, man. All right? Let's get Amos real quick, 3:2, and it reads, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And matter of fact, let's read up. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh thy power spoken against you, O children of Israel, okay? Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So he ain't dealing with nobody else, man, other than the Israelites, the elect, okay? You see? Because they were the only ones that was given the oracles, and they went off, okay? And that's why he said he's going to punish us for our iniquities, because we was going off, man. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? You see? And I got some more of those precepts with the oracles. So I think I got a couple of more. I know it was one in Sirach. Let me grab that real quick. Okay. Let's get that. Ecclesiastes 36:14. And it reads, let's start from verse 13. Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem, because we're a people before it's a place. The holy city, the place of thy rest. Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. And we just read that the only family that Yahweh have known are the Israelites, man, of the earth. You see? He ain't dealing with nobody. So if you come up to the camp, you know, or if you come on the comment board on these videos, you know, that's Lord willing, you know, edification is being brought out. Hey, man, and you coming against the prophets, man. Hey, you marking yourself, okay? You there's no way you can be of the elect. You see, right? So, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Ra'ah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.